This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we'll let you know where wildcats and mountaineers still roam in the Hazleton area. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of FYI. I'm Ken Cara, and thanks for spending some time with us. And we begin tonight with a fatal crash in Schuylkill County. The two-vehicle crash happened just before 1 this afternoon along High Street, just west of Monoy Plain. A 61-year-old female was pronounced dead at the scene. Pennsylvania's gun laws were the focus of discussion last night in Butler Township.
You better be sure of the consequences in the situation you're in. We do it every day. We have to pull our firearm. We have to make a split-second decision.
A huge crowd turned out for this special seminar hosted by Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis along with the Butler Township Police Department. The purpose? To answer questions about what gun-carrying residents can and cannot do.
I thought it was important. I've been asked a lot of questions about the Castle Doctrine and the expansion of the Castle Doctrine, which included the stand your ground provision, as well as concealed carry laws. And we felt it was our responsibility to get out and educate people about what their rights and responsibilities are when it comes to carrying a weapon.
Tuesday night's program was due to overwhelming response to previous programs held to answer questions about gun laws in the state. Hazleton police are investigating 2 assaults in the city. The first happened around 11 p.m. last night. According to police, several juvenile males attempted to steal a purse from an elderly woman. It happened in the area of West 15th Street near Boyer's Food Mart. No other details have been released. The second incident happened around 1:25 a.m. Police responded to the area of West Broad and West Mine Streets for a report of a female struck in the head with a firearm. Police released the description of the suspect. He is described as a black male in his 30s to early 40s with a medium build, approximately 5 foot 9 inches tall, with a shaved head and wrinkled face. He was wearing light-colored blue jeans, a gray hoodie with unknown lettering on the front, and boots. He was armed with a black-colored handgun. Anyone with information on either incident is asked to call Hazleton Police at 570-459-4940. A St. Clair man charged with killing his friend has admitted to the murder. Our media partner, the Hazleton Standard Speaker, reports that authorities say the 20-year-old Ethan Sullivan admitted in prison Saturday that he killed his friend and robbed him of cash and a cell phone. Sullivan is charged with killing 22-year-old Jason Hahn on June 15th. Hahn's body was found Saturday in a wooded area just north of New Philadelphia. Sullivan was already in prison on an unrelated burglary charge. Students at the Keystone Job Corps Center in Drums had a special visit Tuesday from the United States Army. 2 of the Army's recruiters hosted a seminar to discuss the dangers of bullying.
We're trying to make kids aware of that, they do have an avenue of approach when they do get into trouble and people are picking on them for maybe their looks, the color of their skin or how big they are. We're just trying to make them aware that there's people out there that will help them and that it only takes one to make change.
Job Corps student Michael Martinez told us about his own history with bullying and how the Job Corps has helped.
I thought of it as a good opportunity for me to be successful in life because me, as growing up, I was bullied from the age of 6 to about 13 till I, hit high school, and I dropped out of school because of, bullying and falling off topic with the wrong type of friends and stuff. So this was a great opportunity for me. I seen it as a great opportunity.
For those looking to stop bullying, Sergeant Crozier told us that simply taking a stand can make all the difference. It is being called the Moxie Freedom Project, a plan to build a natural gas power plant along Route 11 in Salem Township. The plant would be a few miles from the current PPL nuclear power plant. DEP spokesperson Colleen Conley said the company, Virginia-based Moxie Energy, is in the early stages of planning the 900-megawatt power plant. The plant would use locally produced natural gas from Marcellus Shale to produce electricity. According to DEP, the project would need approval of an air quality plan from DEP. Meanwhile, a member of an executive committee for the local Gas Drilling Awareness Coalition has expressed opposition to the project. Salem Township has not yet received an application for the proposed plant. Well, back in 1997, I was a member of the CYO champion Holy Spirit Academy Flames basketball team. I still have my trophy. There were a bunch of trophies being stored at the Hazleton Area High School from the former high schools in the area. Now those trophies, those treasures, have a new home. Here's an interview I did earlier today at the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum. A big congratulations to our very own Ron Marchetti winning a state title recently. Not really. I'm sure you had athletic success, Ron, but here today to talk about a new addition to the Hazleton Historical Society. Many trophies from the older high schools in the area no longer around. The Hazleton High School, there's a trophy from Shepton over there. Yes. We'll get to that, but let's start with the trophy that you're holding in your hand.
Well, this is the trophy. This has been in hiding for the last 27 years, 1987. This is the West Hazleton Anthracite League football title championship. They had a great year that year, 9-2. Nobody's seen it for the last 27 years, and nobody's seen a lot of these trophies that are here. You know, trophies in the basement are when they're trashed and they're junk, if they're not seen. But when they're restored, cleaned up, and put in the trophy case, they're treasures. This is a treasure that human eyes haven't laid on, have seen for 27 years, almost 3 decades. But this was a great team, and this is one that you could see on Saturday between 10 and 3. The museum will be open, along with all these other trophies that you will see. But this is only a fraction of the trophies that are missing or broken or in somebody's basement. Or there's a lot of them at the high school, and we thank Mr. Fred Barletta and Hazleton for donating these, leaving us take them, that people can see them. They're not going to see them in the basement, and where they were junk, but now they're treasures. So I'd invite the people to come down here and see this on Saturday. You got some great trophies we don't know where the St. Gabriel's trophies are, and we don't know where Freeland trophies are, of course, but these are mostly Hazleton High School, the old school, before the Cougars came on. And there's a few other odd trophies from Shepton, and maybe there's a couple, even from Wedley. There's some Wedley, but
and people care a lot about this. I mean, I still know people who went to West Hazleton High School who still wear the colors around and are still very proud of that. So this will mean a lot to them. What's something else in the case that, I mean, you have a big mind for this. What's something else in the case you thought was pretty neat that came in?
Well, there's naturally the Wyoming Valley Conference plaques or trophies. They're in there too. And there's the regional champions. You know, the state championship trophies from 1927 and 28 are gone. They've been missing. I know and they were long before the auction. People are blaming the auction. The auction, they were long gone. I often want to know where they were. They were silver cups. They were probably melted down, and they'll never be found. And the 38 trophies in good hands, and it's we're keeping it under lock and key.
And that was the basketball championship from Hazleton area or Hazleton High School.
The last state championship, 1938. 1944, they almost had one, but they didn't because Red Mino got, as we all know, was injured and he couldn't play. So, but they lost by 6 points. But so 1938 is the last trophy. So there's been 3 state champions. But I mean, even West Hazleton. This is one of the greatest years in football, you know. And I think it'd be nice. It's a great trophy. And there's so many other trophies there that you got to look at. I mean, they've been sitting around doing nothing for the last 3 decades, and now they have showed up, and we're ready to show them off.
And there's a lot of hard work that goes into these trophies. You think about the Cougar baseball team this year, the MMI baseball team winning these district championships. It means so much in those moments, especially for MMI, their first one.
Absolutely.
And eventually, I mean, 20, 30 years down the road, same thing with those trophies. I mean, you would hope they're kept safe. But those trophies have a story, and so do all of these.
Absolutely. You're so right. I mean, it's you know, people just don't appreciate some of this stuff until you really see it. But MMI, yeah, and Freeland, St. Gabriel's. I mean, there's so many trophies out there, we don't know where they are. You know, and uniforms, I'm still looking for a Mackinac High School helmet if anybody has one. Or a township jersey, but I know they'll never be found because I know they were all thrown away. But I'm always on the lookout, you know, just like Amper Philadelphia's. That's nothing to do with Philadelphia.
Yeah, but get it all in now. So if anybody has any of that out there,
yeah,
get it to Ron Marchetti. Well, definitely this Saturday from 1, what were the hours again?
10 to 3.
10 to 3 here at the Hazleton Historical Society. Come out, check out everything, and the new edition, the trophy case on Wyoming Street. So go see the trophies this Saturday from 10 until 3, and that's at the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum on Wyoming Street in the city. Admission is $5 for adults and $3 for kids. Now news from the desk of the Mayor of Hazleton. Hazleton is one of 31 Luzerne County municipalities that have been ordered by the EPA to improve their programs for managing stormwater. Federal officials spent the last 2 days examining records and evaluating the city system. Mayor Joe Iannuzzi says EPA will now evaluate the findings and make suggestions for improvements. And let's check out what our media partner, the Standard Speaker, is working on for tomorrow's edition of the paper. And it will involve Lou Barletta's views on the crisis of children at the U.S. southern border. You can check out that story and much more in tomorrow's edition of the Standard Speaker. Well, coming up next on FYI, it's our design segment we call What's the Sense? And later in sports, we'll drop by Cougar basketball camp at the Hazleton Area High School.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We're back here on FYI, What's the Sense? Every Wednesday here with Tamara. And today we're doing a little recap because we've been getting such positive feedback from all of you watching that we want to talk about some of the items that you talked about in your other segments, right?
Yeah, what I thought I'd do today is just give a look at some of the things that we've done. A lot of people I got some comments that they don't have the internet, so they don't see the final results of things that we've done. So I'm just going to do a quick recap on that.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
This was the dresser that I did in the Miss Mustard Seed paint. I painted it with the linen color, and then after that you just scrape it with the scraper and it gives it that vintagey look.
And look at this. This was an old piece of furniture. I know all of you have one of those around the house, or you don't know what to do with old furniture. This is so much easier than having to stain it down and then, go back and look for a color. You just paint it over this with the mustard seed paint, right?
Right, and what's so nice about that is you don't have to sand.
Okay.
It will go over metal, it'll go over glass, it'll go over anything. And actually, the color that it was underneath is what made it really nice and brought that out. Now, I like it like that. I don't know, so that might not be someone's style, but they have the 18 different colors. And I love it. I put new hardware on.
And you can do this to your kitchen cabinets.
Anything.
Save yourself a lot of money.
Right.
All right, next we have the beautiful
That was the tire.
I
I planted some flowers in that, and that's just for some scenery. I got a lot of feedback on the tires and the pallets, so
Good.
that was pretty fun. I love the feedback, so keep giving it to me. I want to kind of start a DIY, which is do it yourself on FYI. Send me in your photos, send in some ideas, and we'll put them on.
And what's your address here?
11 East Broad, Hazleton, Pennsylvania, 18202.
All right, so if you do not have the internet, you could send in by, we call it snail mail, but if that's your choice, you can send in your mail to tomorrow. And then we had, what, an old frame?
An old window frame. I mustard seed painted that, put some pictures in that, and what's nice about that is you can put anything, dried flowers in it. And I'm going to show you something in one of the next episodes coming up with that.
Well, burlap was a popular item, too, that you worked with in the segment.
It was. And this is the chair. This is the chair I did over with the sacks, the burlap sacks. I made a valance and also a table runner. And this is the table runner. And what I did here is I singed it up and frayed it that it's longer. So that came out pretty nice. I'm happy with that one. I do have directions on how to cut burlap. So visit the website or visit Facebook. What's the Sense is my link, and that'll give you the blog that explains all the detail to how I did this.
All right, what are we doing next week?
Next week, I thought with it being Memorial Day, we'd do a little memorial craft.
All right, join us here every Wednesday on FYI.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I can just feel the cool, crisp fall air as I look at this shot at Harmon Guy Stadium in Hazleton. I love hoodie weather, but before there's an angry mob waiting for me at my car tonight, let's talk about our summertime forecast. And here it is from the National Weather Service. Tonight, showers and a possible thunderstorm, 80% chance of that precipitation. And some of the storms can produce heavy rainfall. Our low will be 64 degrees. On our extended forecast, Thursday, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 40% chance, high of 78. Thursday night will be partly cloudy with a low around 60. For Friday, it's a nice day, mostly sunny with a high at 79. And Friday night will be partly cloudy with a low at 57. Saturday, another nice day, mostly sunny, high at 80. 80, and Saturday night we dip down to 59 degrees. On Sunday, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms as we reach 80 degrees, and then on Sunday night, another 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. The low will be 61.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
Let's check out our community calendar tonight on FYI. The Ashland Community Watch. They will have their next meeting on July 8th at 7 p.m. at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, and that's on North 9th Street in Ashland, Pennsylvania. And all borough residents and officials are encouraged to attend. Board members will meet at 6 p.m. before the regular meeting. And now, your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The daily number 597, the big 40746, Quinto 84418, and Treasure Hunt 2671418. We have a jam-packed sportscast after this break.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
What's cooler than going out for a motorcycle ride? How about riding your motorcycle around the track at the Pocono Raceway? It's cooler than that. How about helping out local veterans? You can do all three this Sunday at the Red, White, and Blue Ride at the Pocono Raceway. Registration is from 9:30 a.m. to 10:45. The start is at Blakesley Corners, and the ride will end at the Pavilion at Montage Mountain, and there will be entertainment there, bands, food, and more from 1 until 6 p.m. Now, the cost is $15 per rider and $25 for a rider and a passenger. All proceeds will go to different organizations around the area that help veterans, and it is $10 if you just want to show up for the entertainment at the pavilion and support the cause. Now, here's some background information on Pocono Raceway and their support for our vets from a local vet. Vietnam vet Jim Washko tells us about Pocono Raceway founder, the late Doc Mattioli.
Well, I know Doc, he was a veteran, okay? And what Doc always said is that if it wasn't for the GI Bill, he said none of this would have happened. So that's a little fact there. And just veteran conscious, you go up that way, the flags are flying to and from the track, and there's just stuff all over. And the two big flags that they have, you know, outside the track and inside the track. And it's just, you can see your heart pumping. But the Mattioli family has been fantastic, you know, with veterans, helping different GIs, that kind of stuff. And just letting people use their facilities, you know, veterans and that kind of thing to do what we're doing on Sunday.
Now, the Red, White, and Blue Ride is family friendly and open to the public. And again, it's $10 to get into the event at the Pavilion at Montage Mountain from 1 until 6 if you're not riding. It's Hazelton area basketball, the next generation this week at the Huey McGeehan Gymnasium. Over 100 players are at the annual Cougar Camp that started 23 years ago, and that was the summer before the Hazelton area high school opened its doors. The Big HA's head coach Mike Joseph says it's his favorite week of the summer basketball-wise.
With these 7th and 8th and 9th graders, you know, some of them have the potential to play as 9th graders in our program. We had 2 freshmen last year, so they're right there ready to compete in the middle school and the high school level, so it's a little bit more serious. We teach a little bit more of the things that we do in our program, some of the things that we emphasize offensively and defensively. So it's definitely a different mindset, you know, from really making sure the kids in the morning have fun. We want the kids in the afternoon to have fun, but also they're at a very critical stage in learning the game, and we take that group really seriously.
The camp also helps out the guys who are already on the Cougar roster.
And we have our players here, which is neat. You know, a lot of kids come and watch our games. Now they have a chance to see those guys up close, and our guys do a great job in being counselors and coaching the guys. They get real serious about it, and it's nice for them to see, you know, what we as coaches go through when we try and coach players. They experience some of those things throughout the week.
Cougar Camp runs through the end of this week. Well, I promised that we would take a look at the consolation bracket in the District 18 Little League 11 and 12-year-old All-Star Tournament, and we will stay calm. But first, here's some results from the 9 and 10-year-old tournament. In the North Division tournament, Valley West and Valley East, 2 rivals, they will meet in the winner's bracket final on Thursday. Now, West Hazelton and Freeland, they both got wins on Tuesday night to stay alive in the competition. so they are still in the consolation bracket. They will play on Thursday. Now, the winner from the North Division will meet the winner from the South Division bracket, and there, Tri-County, the host of the tournament, they are in the winners bracket final against Franklin Township. Now, Tamaqua and Jim Thorpe, they both bounced back in the consolation bracket in the South, and they'll play each other on Thursday. Now, here's a look at the consolation bracket in the District 18, 11, and 12-year-old tournament. These games are scheduled for 6 o'clock tonight. Anthracite, they visit Valley West and West Hazelton. They will be in Freeland. Jim Thorpe plays at Hazel Township, and Hazelton hosts Whitehaven. Hey, how about this? Online right now at facebook.com/FYI News 13. Hear what the Hazelton Area High School girls soccer coach thinks of the U.S. men's national team, their run at the World Cup. So check that out on our Facebook page. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. The Marion Colts football camp for students through 3rd through 9th grade will be taking place July 14th through 16th from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The camp stresses football fundamentals in offense, defense, and special teams. For more information, please call 570-668-2225. And finally, you're invited to an Applebee's Flapjack fundraiser breakfast to benefit the West Hazelton Fire Company on Saturday, June 28th from 8 to 10 a.m. Cost is just $7 for adults and $5 for kids 12 and under. More information, please call 570-455-3696. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Thomas J. Brill of Drums. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. Robert Stash, formerly of Hazelton. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. And John R. Flower of Drums. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Hagen Chamberlain Funeral Home in Bound Brook, New Jersey. Friends may call Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Friday from 10:15 to 11 a.m. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazelton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111.
Hi, my name is Mary Malone. I'm the president of the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce. And today's topic is the farmers market. That's right, folks, the weather has warmed up, things are blooming all over, and it's time to start thinking about the farmers market. We've made a few changes this year. We're going to be doing from July 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Friday, right downtown, a farmers market. Anyone who might be interested in selling their wares or their goods should call the chamber office at 455-1509 or again to the chamber website to get more information. So come one and all, whether it's fresh produce or an arts and crafts that you'd like to sell, we'd be interested in talking to you to display your goods. Downtown Hazelton Farmers Market, Fridays from 10 to 2, starting July 11th.
FYI is over for right now, but we're always on at SSPTV.com and also at Facebook.com/FYI News 13 for breaking news. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.